Hey guys, today we're going to get started on Scratch. So I want to get you started. So you will actually go to your Google Classroom, and in your Google Classroom, you have a link for Scratch that you need to click on. So go ahead and get on Google Classroom. Go ahead and click on the link that I've posted. Once you click on the link, it's going to look like this. This is the link that I just decided to use was Mrs. Smith's room. So you're going to say, get started. And then it's going to ask for your username and password. Your username needs to be SRE and your lunch number. And then your password, I just want it to be your first name. So SRE and your lunch number. Go ahead and type that in. And then go ahead and type in your password is your first name. And go ahead and hit next step. After that, you need to put your birth date. So the month you were born and the year you were born. Are you a female? Are you a girl? Or are you a male? Are you a boy? And then it already says United States of America, which is where you live. So your birth month, what month you were born, what year you were born, girl or boy, male or female or male, and then hit next steps. And then it says that I am in Scratch. Welcome to the class. So go ahead and go to class. Once you go to class, I want us to get started today. So what you're going to do, I don't know if yours looks exactly like mine, but you're going to go ahead up to the top here, to the corner, right next to Scratch. It says Create. On Create, I want you to click Create, and it's going to create like a new, what do I want to say, like workspace for you, a new workspace for you to create things in. Once it creates it, it's going to take a minute, but we're going to explore this. So you're going to be able to, it's going to pop up with Scratch, the cat, and you're going to be able to move the cat any way you want. I just want you guys to play around with it today. So with your motion buttons, you can move, Scratch the cat. With your looks buttons, you can say hello, you can think, you can switch costumes. If your cat has a new costume, you can switch backdrops, which is what the background is. You can play around with sounds. You have events when green flag is clicked, which would be a good one to start with. You guys should remember the green flag from last year when we did Scratch Junior on your iPads. You could also do controls, so you can wait, you can repeat things. So some of these buttons like repeat, think about when you did Rosie's Path, or let's see, what else do we got? So these down at the bottom are kind of a little harder, but what I want you to mainly focus on is the motion one, the looks, the sounds, and the events. And you can use some of your controls too. So I want you to look at the top 5: motion, looks, sounds, events, and control. Okay. I want you guys to look at those main 5 and to get your cat to move. We'll talk about, this is actually called your sprite. Sprites are different characters. We'll talk about your sprites next week when we start, because we want to make your sprite dance is what we want to do ultimately. If you do something wrong that you didn't want to happen, I think you can just hit, Control Z, and it should undo what you just did. Up in the top here, when you're right before you pack up or close your Chromebook to line up, you can go to File, and you can go to Save Now. So when you save it now, it's going to save my project. My project, though, is called Untitled 8. So if we just put practice in here, and then I go to File, Save Now, Now it'll save it as a practice. So when we go to open up my things for next time, it'll still be in here. So maybe you'll still want to use the same background, or still want to use the same character, still want to use the same code. But I want you guys to work on the first 5 for today. Okay. And I want you to just kind of play around with it and see what you can learn and what you find out. And go ahead and help your neighbor beside you. Don't get up and walk around the room. Just help your neighbor beside you, and you guys can kind of work on it kind of together to help each other out. Okay. I will check back with you for sure next week, see how we got along, and I'll check in with your guest teacher today too, to see how we got along. Okay. Good luck. And I hope you guys like Scratch.